YouTube all morning, and I am so excited for him to perform his music. But first, we've got to learn about him. Worth, can you come up to the stage? Worth, everybody.
Hello.
Christopher, like I've said, I've been listening to your music all morning. I'm really excited to have you here. It's an honor and a privilege. What struck me most is the texture of your voice, and I just want to get the origin story. I want to hear where that all came from, when you really felt in tune with your voice and your music.
It actually happened kind of randomly when I was a sophomore in college. I didn't sing for most of my life. And I had to do, I wanted to be an actor, and I got into West Side Story as a jet. It's very serious. And I had to sing, and I was like, that's not a thing that happens. And the guy's like, just try it out, it'll be okay, and he kind of encouraged me, and then I just was around these other singers, and it kind of, something flipped in me, and it sort of, something clicked, and it changed sort of the trajectory of my life from that point. And actually now I teach singing lessons and try to facilitate that moment for other people, because it changed my life.
Yeah, wow. Cheers to that.
Yeah.
And I think it's beautiful. A lot of the essence of Live in Portland is where your passion meets your purpose, meets the place that you give back to the community. And I think it's so special that you found that, and you're now sharing it with the children. Tell me about your origins.
I don't teach children.
Adults. All ages.
Okay, I do sometimes.
Tell me about your origin stories.
Was that a cock block? Was that like a cock block?
Tell me about your origin stories in Oregon.
Like how I was born?
No,
I was
no.
conceived in the middle of the Burnside Bridge.
Are you born and raised in Portland?
Yeah, I'm from Portland.
That's awesome. Where did you grow up?
I grew up right by Lewis and Clark College.
So you've seen Portland change over the years.
Yeah, but when I was growing up, I wasn't really an artist. So I didn't get the same touch on the feel of the city, that I did when I started being in that community. So I can't say that I was in touch with it the whole time. But yeah, I've seen it kind of grow up around itself.
Yeah. And if there were things you would retain, something from the past that you see needs attention, what would you say really needs that encouragement to have a good stakehold here in Portland?
Well, the one thing I've noticed is that there's this ebb and flow of excitement that collects, and it only collects in actual physical proximity. I don't think this can be redone online. It doesn't have the same gravity. And that definitely has happened here, and it kind of creates this wave that comes in. And the sad but inevitable thing, and not necessarily sad, is that as that comes up, you get this ratio of innovators to spectators going like this. Mm-hmm. And the innovators are the ones that take the chance to go to the new place and are probably creating a lot. And it's not necessarily bad that there are spectators there, but when that ratio gets too big or too skewed, then the innovators move. So yeah. I would encourage everyone to tap into innovation and creativity and to their artistry, because I think that's where that mojo lies. And also where there's no violence. No violence exists there.
Yeah, I love that. That's beautiful. You just had a big show just last week. You just flew into town, and you've got a pretty steady schedule throughout the rest of summer. Where are some of the places we could find you playing?
Well, the thing I would like to invite you to join me at, and I'm appreciating being here because I didn't know about this show, but I feel you. And I host songwriter nights, and I do one in the winter at Atlantis Lounge. that one's all ages. And in the summer, I'm doing one on the patio at Star Theater. I found myself sort of complaining with like so many people coming here that the like juice was being diluted. And then I realized that I was becoming diluted and needed to take action and like post up for what I thought, the space I thought needed to be there. And so that's what I've been doing. You're all invited. I like to connect all the beauty that's happening here too, and I think it's really important for the artists to come together, and I believe everyone would like to like really be in that seat of creativity together and just like have a scene where we push each other to be better and to create even better stuff. I know this guy on the keyboard here does the same thing. Chachon. Anyway, so I would say that. Like the last show I had was at Blues Festival. That was really fun. Mm-hmm. I love the Blues Festival. Super good crew of people most of them are volunteering. It's a pretty special thing we have here. Other than that, I don't have a specific show, but I would invite you to come join me there. It's 6 to 9 o'clock on Wednesdays. It's free. It's chill. It's awesome.
Super dope. Super dope. Well, I know a show that you guys should all see him at. That's later tonight.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for coming on stage, Christopher. Before you leave, where can my guests find you on social media?
My website and Facebook are We Are Worth, and my Instagram is Worth Music. And I got a couple albums out. Love to share some stuff with you. Love to hear your music, connect the dots. So say hello.
Connecting dots. Thank you, Christopher.